Today's question is about practice and playing. How do we take drills, driving range to the golf course? I think what he's asking for is how can we bring our A game from the driving range to playing on the course? My friends, do we really think that the average golf shot on the golf course is going to be just as good as on the driving range? I don't. I think I need to be not twice as good, but almost in practice to expect the same outcome on the golf course. I know that my swing path are not the same playing as in practice. I swing a lot more from the inside when I practice than I do on the golf course. Mostly we practice on very flat surfaces. I don't really need to care if I hit it really bad. I just bring another ball forward and I hit it again, so there's no pressure. And it's always going to be like that. I rarely see some young guys they are competing on the driving range. They think about a fairway and we're going to compete about an ice cream or whatever. And I really like that because then the practice becomes more serious. I always set up a goal for every practice, what I should be able to do. In my warm-up, I've showed you so many times, I want to have 5 times in a row without hitting a towel back here. Otherwise I can't play. I'm not allowed to go to the golf course because I'm only going to be disappointed. And I always think that we need to be better when we practice than we are on the golf course. And that's why looking at a real pro on the PGA Tour, I've seen a lot of the Swedish guy live hitting golf balls in practice. I mean, it's just crazy. It's absolutely perfect almost every time. Scandinavian Masters was a competition in Barsebäck, south of Sweden. I was sitting in the driving range. For half an hour, I didn't see one missed shot. But then I followed a group of guys from the practice area to the first tee, and half of them hit it in the woods. So, but I don't think they expect that they're going to be just as good in practice, and I don't think we should. Because the easiest way to get disappointed is if I think I'm going to be just as good when I go to the first tee. So if I hit 10 really good drives in warm-up, I can still not expect I'm going to hit the first 10 drives on the golf course perfect. It's just a completely different story. This is an 8-iron. I just want to hit it good, about 180 carry. Should be fine. Come on, fly. No, a little short. 175 maybe. Yeah, 175. But still, it's okay. It's a good draw. But I can do that talking to you because I'm really relaxed talking to you. I practice very well when I'm having lessons. I had 6 hours yesterday, and some of the guys want me to show something. One guy wanted to see a straight push. That's a hard shot. I just wanted to hit it straight out. Now I can do it. But that's because before I do this video, before I have lessons, before I do everything, I just practice a little bit, and I try to find that left, right. I try to do that. I also love to do that on the golf course, play around with it. And almost make playing golf into practice and don't think about score or because I don't compete in golf regularly. I mostly practice on the golf course, and I think that's a lot of fun. But are we going to be? It's like no, we're not going to be as good. But we need to be. Whatever you're trying to do, just don't expect it, because when you expect to be, you hit that 300-yard mammoth drive on the driving range, and then you go to the first tee and you slice one in the woods. That happens. It happens to the pros, it happens to me, it happens to, maybe not slice, hook maybe, but it's just golf. At practice level, most of us feel really safe, secure. Then we go just play golf. Never mind the score or anything, just execute on the golf course. Then it's a little harder. Then you play around with your buddies. Maybe you play for points or score or whatever. And then we have the last level is competing. That's like crazy. Your mind is going to have so much to do with the result. It's not your skill. It's just we get nervous. I like being excited. I always hit it better when I'm excited. But still, it's a different story. If I hit my 8-iron 180 yards in practice, when I actually compete in golf, I hit it about 10 yards longer. I don't know why, I just do it. And I also hit it a little bit straighter. My swing path is less from the inside, probably because I rotate a little bit more. So I'm not the same guy, and I don't know anyone who is. So I think just don't expect to be as good in practice and playing golf. I think there will always be a difference. And if you want to make golf, it's more golf-ish when you practice. Just don't hit 100 times with the same club. Change club as many times as you can. Try to play the first 3-4 holes on the golf course. Just hit one drive, an iron, and then change again. Let's hit a good one. So you make it in as close as you can to playing golf when you practice. Come on. Come on. It's exactly the same length. That's good though. Was it 175 or was it 174? 174, 1 yard shorter. But still, practice. Be really good in practice so you can relax on the golf course. I have only one thing that I want to be extremely good at. That's impact. I practice impact so many hours a year. I stand in the bunker hitting full golf shots, which is pretty hard because if I hit it just this much fat, it's not going to be a good golf shot. But I know hitting from the sand is tougher than hitting from the grass, and that makes me somewhat confident on grass. Because I know I can do it in the sand, I can do it on the grass. I can tell myself, and that's the only thing we can use when we play. If I know that I have done this hundreds of times in practice, at least I can tell myself I'm going to make it. But I don't expect me to make it, because it's always going to be harder playing than it is in practice.